This is William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We are here at the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board meeting, the agency known as DART to Dallas, Texas residents. As a service to the Dallas community, we plan to cover DART board meetings from gavel to gavel. Public comments are required to keep DART board aware of issues close to the ridership that they may not get through other resources.
Welcome. We'll get started. Welcome to the DART Board of Directors meeting tonight, Tuesday, April 11th. It is now 6:33. Can I hear a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting? Motion and second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. We're going to have a public hearing tonight, a brief public hearing. At the present time, we have no speakers unless someone walks in during the reading of the public hearing comments. April 11, 2017, public hearing. This is a public hearing to receive comments on early morning Dallas streetcar service. Good evening. Thank you for attending tonight's public hearing. My name is Richard Carrizales, and I will be the hearing officer this evening. For information, DART has not received a request for hearing impaired services at this public hearing. Therefore, we have not provided a sign language interpreter. Is there anyone here that came in that needs hearing impaired assistance? Okay, thank you. Tonight's public hearing will be divided into two parts. The first part will consist of a brief overview on the project by DART technical staff. The public hearing will follow the presentation. During the public hearing, we must follow some guidelines. Pre-registered speakers will make their comments first, followed by sign-in speakers in the order received. Those who do not wish to speak may submit written comments. All comments will be included in the official public record. A DART board resolution has established a limit of 3 minutes per speaker. Speakers must address the topic of the hearing. Other subjects will not be allowed in this hearing. Questions, interchange, and discussions are not generally allowed in a hearing. However, if a board member wishes to raise a question, he or she may do so. Technical staff will be available after the public hearing for questions. Now, Rob Smith, Assistant Vice President of DART Service Planning, will make his presentation.
Thank you and good evening. Tonight's public hearing involves experimental schedule changes implemented on the Dallas streetcar service in October of 2016. Public hearings are required for changes involving new routes, routes with modifications to at least 25% of their alignment, routes with a significant adjustment in service frequency, or a major change to destinations along the route. DART operates the Dallas streetcar on behalf of the City of Dallas. The city requested that DART expand the streetcar service hours to serve morning commute hours of residents along the route, with service starting at 5:30 a.m. In response, DART implemented the expanded schedule on an experimental basis on October 24th of last year. Based upon ridership so far, all parties are recommending that the extended service hours continue permanently. DART staff are in attendance tonight to speak to riders or the public after the hearing about the Dallas streetcar changes, and this concludes the technical presentation.
Thank you. Are there any speakers to wish to speak on this public hearing tonight? Any speakers?
Yes, good evening. My name is Frank Honeycutt. I represent the City of Dallas. I'm your streetcar representative. I'd like to reiterate the city is in favor of continuing with this service, and we hope you agree to that. I have answered questions you have for me.
Well, the board is not allowed to ask you questions at this time, but thank you for your comments.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Anyone else? Okay, thank you. There are no other speakers on this public hearing. We now have two speakers on the public comments who have signed up to speak. Okay. Okay, sorry. Since there are no other speakers or written comments to be turned at this time, I would like to thank you for attending the public hearing, which is now officially closed at 6:37 p.m. Thank you. Okay, we have two speakers. I need to read briefly a public comment notice regarding DART board meetings. General public comment will be allowed at the beginning of the DART board meeting for a total of 30 minutes. And again, at the end of the meeting, when the 30-minute period does not accommodate all persons who have signed up to speak. Individuals who have addressed the board in the past 30 days will be recognized to speak during the public comment period at the end of the meeting. In the public comment period, board members may not interact with the speakers or the board members by asking questions or offering their own comments. Members of the public are reminded that the behavior during DART board meetings is governed by the DART Board Code of Conduct for Citizens, News Media, and Visitors. Personal attacks, impertinent or slanderous remarks, and boisterous conduct will not be allowed. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board. The green light on the podium indicates when you can begin speaking. The yellow light on the podium indicates you have 1 minute remaining, and the red light indicates your time has expired. The first speaker is Johnny Spencer. Johnny Spencer here? Johnny Spencer. One last time, Johnny Spencer. All right, we'll check again in a minute. The next speaker signed up is Jesse Jr. Soria Jr. Mr. Soria, welcome.
Hello. How you doing? I'm here on a risk management matter, sir. Claim number is D109324. The adjuster
Sorry, could I move your mic just a little closer to you? Do you mind if pull your mic just a little closer to you? Speak up just a little bit.
I'm here on a risk management issue. The claim number is D109324. The claim adjuster assigned was Mr. Chuck Wagner. He's been given since January the 20th when this claim has been filed, and why he's dragging his feet to investigate, or that's beyond me, sir. I tried, leaving messages. I've even left a message with his supervisor. His supervisor got in contact with, me, or got him to get in contact with me. I got a hospital bill here for Methodist Hospital for $561.75 and $363.25. Haven't received the ambulance bill yet. I'm just trying to get, the due process I'm allowed that he's supposed to investigate like he has. I mean, is it because Donald Trump's in the White House? Is second-class citizen stuff's gonna start all over again? I'm not accusing nobody. I'm just speaking in general. I mean, what does it take to get this man to do his job?
If you could speak with Joe Costello.
There's nobody here over risk management. I already tried to ask because, I think a department head of each head is supposed to attend these
Mr.
meetings.
Costello is upper level management. He could talk with you about it. He's sitting with his hand up. Thank you. And I understand Mr. Spencer, Johnny Spencer's here. Come on up, Mr. Spencer, if you could. Anisha, would you help pull the mic down for him a little bit? Oh, never mind. He's going to get it. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, Mr. Spencer.
How you gentlemen doing this afternoon?
Fine.
Okay. The reason why I'm here is because I was involved in a, How's that? Okay. And I was involved in an accident, and I got part of the information, but I didn't get it all. And I was speaking with a Rodney Anderson, and I was here to see if I could get the rest of the information so I could process my claim. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I beg your pardon? Not at the current time.
Okay. Mr. Newby, we're glad to speak with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, and thank the rest of you gentlemen and ladies for you all's time. Thank you.
Okay, that's the end of our public comments. Go to the consent items. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. These are consent agenda items. Unless someone has an objection, I'd see if we get a motion to hear these together. Motion and a second. Items number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay. Thank you. Item carries. Thank you. And Miss, we'll call you up at the end of the meeting. It'll be about another 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll let you speak then. Okay? All right. Thank you. Okay. Could you please come up, ma'am? You're up to speak if you'd like to speak. You got 3 minutes to speak. Take your time. No rush.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Carolyn Kilburn. I work at Radnet in Plano at Preston and Park. For the bus, that's 2.5 hours, 2 buses and a train. Okay, so I catch the 451. That bus, you could set your time, your watch to it. The 521 is constantly late. For my understanding, people on the bus talk, that bus has been rerouted or replanned by the planning department, and it looks like they've moved that bus all the way down to pretty much close to 35. So the bus is actually late by one scheduled route every day. And so my thing is, what is it that I need? I'm gathering signatures to see if we can get that changed. How many signatures would I need to change the planning from where that bus will be leaving every day?
Miss, is it Spencer?
Kilburn.
Miss Kilburn, sorry. Miss Kilburn, if you could speak to Todd Plesko, to hold his hand up, he can talk to you about that.
Okay, so I'll just speak to him with that?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, public comments are finished. Is there any other, sorry? Oh, this guy.
All right, I just got that.
Okay. Okay, it looks like we have another public comment. Carrie Yarborough.
I'm Kerry Yarbrough, and here to address the board in relation to our poor bus service. Our train service seems to be adequate somewhat. At the moment, it is almost always on time and very regularly with about every 20 minutes and even more during rush hours, even on weekends every 30 minutes, which is not too bad with the number of people that they transport. But the bus service is extremely lacking. What's really frustrating is the number of times I can count up in a month that a bus passes directly by me when I'm at the bus stop and doesn't even slow down to pick me up. This happened twice in the past month. Furthermore, another 2 times in the last month, there was no bus there at all. And I call in sometimes for 30 minutes or an hour to dispatch, try to find out why the bus is not there, where it is, why it's not coming. And then I'm told that they don't have a clue. They try to get a hold of a bus driver who's just passed me by or when there's no bus out there, and every single time they can't get a hold of the bus because they lost communication with the bus. The equipment on the bus is apparently malfunctioning, or they're lying to me and telling me that it is, so that they have a good excuse not to get a hold of the bus driver and find out why the bus is driving right past the passenger and not picking them up. If that continues to happen, we need to get rid of the bus service altogether. The whole reason the bus service is out there is to pick up the passengers. The passenger's not the most important thing. The buses aren't going to pick up the passengers and get them where they need to be. Might as well discontinue the bus service. Furthermore, we've got bus services that don't go where we want them to go, and I've been in communication with Todd Plasko and Maurice Bell as well, and Tim Newby about this, and I've been told it's going to take over a year just to change a bus route to pick up people when we've got a number of people that would like to go to a certain area and no bus that serves that area. We've got poor bus service, buses that go nowhere, that don't take people to where they need to be. The nearest super Walmart to where I live is less than a mile. No bus goes down there. We need to address these issues and get our bus service. We need to stop putting any money into a second rail line downtown of $800 million and any expansion at all when we've got bus service that we can't even adequately do the bus service we have at the moment, much less expansion.
But thank you, Mr. Yarborough, for coming. If you would like, I know you said you spoke to Tim Newby. He's available if you'd like to.
On numerous occasions, he's not done a bit of good for me at all.
Okay.
And to Maurice Bell, and to Todd Plasko, and a number of other people down here.
Okay.
And we still have the worst bus service in the nation.
All right, thank you. And we have no other agenda items at this time. We are adjourned. It is 6:49 p.m.